All right, guys, so let's discuss why do most people quit online courses and never get the results they're looking for. So, online courses have been a thing before the pandemic, and right now, because of it, it fast tracked things a little bit much faster because we all had to be at our homes, learn to work from home, etc. And that's why a lot of people took advantage of the change and get into online courses much more than they did before the pandemic. However, I was speaking to one of my students and I realized that actually this online learning is has its own pros and cons. And one of the cons is that most people give up and they never get the results that they came looking for. And I'm going to break down the process of what happens when people get into online courses and give up in the middle without actually getting the results. So you go online and you find an online course. Let's say you found my online course. You get excited. You've watched my videos. You've seen our content online, our blogs, etc. And you actually definitely show that this is the guy who can help me. I'm going to enroll in this training. You then click enroll, you get inside, and you are super excited. You meet my team, you meet new people online, and then you guys start interacting, and then we do live calls, etc. And you're more pumped, And now that excitement, like you just went from to a motivational speaker event, is still there. You have the adrenaline rush, running through your body. And hey, that's great. However, that also, you're still not realistic about things and you're still not facing, the hard part about the training or the hard part about the course or the reality that you have to do the work because information alone does not cause transformation. You can have the information, you can have me coaching you every week, you can have the best coach in the world coaching you every week, but just know that information alone does not cause transformation. Transformation is caused by conversion, and conversion is caused by you taking action, and your action is going to be led by your beliefs. So this is why most of the time we focus on your beliefs first to say, hey, crush all those negative beliefs you have about yourself, about what you can achieve, and then focus on exactly the positive beliefs that are going to get you through, that are going to cause you to convert from the inside. And the conversion is going to help you also beyond just one online training, but it's also going to help you in life as well become successful. You can gather as much information as you can, especially in this information age, and still do nothing and still get no results. That's why information does not cause transformation. So the second thing is that, when the reality kicks in, then you realize that you have to do the work, and then you get started on the work. You do some training, some of the models, and then you ask questions. You implement if there's any implementation in that course. But most courses that I know of are very theoretical, just explaining exactly how something works without actually going into how you can implement it as well. So whichever one you got, either you got a practical course or a little bit of theory plus practical, or just a theoretical course. Then you go through that and you realize that this is going to require you to do a lot of work. If you're somebody who loves information, because we have a lot of information addicts these days, you just get all the information, get all the information, and do nothing. And keep asking difficult questions and going back and forth, and you want to plan everything out from the beginning to the end. And you realize later that, the excitement is finishing off. Now the work is starting. And then now, here's one thing that a lot of people don't do who attend online training. They don't know how to keep themselves accountable. Because everywhere you've been at school, they wanted the homework, anything else, they wanted that. All the other things you did had to be deadline based, and then you had to be somebody keeping you accountable. But with our online training, most of the time, as coaches, we're going to keep you accountable. We can call you, can send you emails, etc. You can avoid that. And when you do, you also don't keep yourself accountable. Then that is when, then the fantasy of excitement starts going off, because accountability is actually connected to one thing I'm going to mention before the end of this video. And I think that you must take that seriously. And what I know so far with my experience with my students who are successful, and some of them who had like longer successes, who quit before and came back later and got successful. You do find one of those as well. Is that, it's all about your mindset. Your mindset is the most important thing, and commitment. However, you cannot commit to something you don't understand or something you don't know. For example, if you're going to, I'm going to use Limpopo because I'm coming from Limpopo. If I'm going to Limpopo and I'm driving there and I thought it was going to take me 2.5 hours, but I found traffic on the road and now it's taking me three and a half to 4 hours. I can choose to say, hey, I will find a place to sleep wherever I am and I don't have to go there anymore. But if I know what I'm gonna do in Limpopo, what I'm expecting there, maybe I'm getting like there's a wedding or there's something that it matters to me that is positive, then I know that I have to get there on time. So that means that I am clear about my destination. I know what's gonna happen, and then I'm just taking the steps to go there. And then even if I found traffic on the road, I'm still committed to that goal of getting there because I know where I'm going. And I'm a little bit clear on what are the expectations of where I'm going and what I'm going to get when I get there. So I'm just saying that in a sense that most of you guys who are joining online trainings and courses, you do not have a clear destination of where you want to be. And it's easy to not keep yourself accountable. Even if you found traffic on the road, that's going to extend your trip of 2.5 hours to 4 hours because you did not know exactly what you're going to get, what are you expecting. There's no motivation. There's nothing to look forward to. So that excitement you go when you started the road trip, it's like, oh, this is going to be the best road trip. Let's go. And get in the car and boom. Now you found like this traffic is long, hectic. And I don't know what the reason would be. And then you can easily turn around and go back that's what most people do. Go back to what they used to do. Meaning that they go back to their old habits, they go back to their old ways of that are not working, and they go back to the procrastination, relaxing, etc. That's what a lot of people do who don't have a clear destination of where they want to go and who don't have a picture of a destination of where they want to go. And then you can also do the other way around where you say, okay, I know that my family is expecting me. I enjoy time with my family. I haven't seen my parents for a while. I haven't seen my family, etc. for a while, friends and for a while, and I'm very excited. This is what we're gonna do. This is gonna get fun. Then now, even if you get 4 hours on the road, you take a phone and call and say, hey, it's gonna take a little later than I expected, but I'm on my way. And then you still stick to it and you are committed to getting there. So that's how usually it works. It's that simple, but people don't realize that excitement you get and that initial kick of actually getting started, those are normal things that a lot of people get when they started in their journey on any online learning courses. And then now when you're in the middle, whatever it may be that is taking you a little bit longer than expected, or maybe you just got lazy, or maybe your commitment changed, or maybe you reduced your driving speed that you started with, whatever it may be. You, for that reason, then turn back and go back to what feels comfortable for you. And this is why most of you guys are not getting results. So here's what I want you to do next time you are trying or looking to invest in yourself and getting into an online training. I want you to consider what I'm going to say right now. I want you to be very clear of where your destination is. Where do you want to get to? Every time I speak to people, students, and maybe clients, I just ask them, what is your goal? People find it a little bit difficult. They come with vague answers like, I just want to see myself having cash flow. What does that mean? How does cash flow look like? I haven't defined my goals very well. Okay, we'll help you define your goals very well, but I want you to think about that already. And if you do not have a clear goal setting, then you're going to have a trouble of giving up on the way because things are going to get tough. Whatever it is, maybe you reduced your driving speed. Maybe there was just traffic on the road. Maybe there's an accident on the road. Who knows what happens? It's just your road and your journey. And I think that as a coach, I can help you, how to deal with those things. But as who's somebody who's supposed to get the results, then you're supposed to stick with it as well. I think that's the most important part as well. So I also want you to do something. I want you to say goodbye to your old ways. There is a book or something where I read that people were going to war and then they sinked all their ships. because they knew that if they had their shift, they're going to run back to those ships and try to go home. So if you synced all your ships, you have no other options but to go forward. So I want you to also have the mentality that, hey, I joined this training to move myself from where I am to my destination, and then where I come from does not exist anymore, and I have to push forward. So this video is taking longer than expected, but I think that this message is very important, and I think that next time you are taking an online training or a course, you must consider this message. Otherwise, guys, I'll chat to you guys later, and thank you very much.